Peace and love, peace and love. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty fine myself. Well, actually, I'm doing great. I'm just so grateful. I'm just so full of gratitude because I am just excited about this new venture of me, working on this farm. It's so interesting, and when you see all the nature um, things that's happening and out there in the bush, it's just amazing. But let me welcome everybody first before I get to start the talking. Yay! I got new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the new subscribers. You know you're here with Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. I ain't got to tell you that. We at it again every Tuesday. And I will apologize because the day is Wednesday. But I was up at the farm and I was getting some stuff done, y'all. Getting some stuff done. It's so exciting when you're dealing with nature, and then you can wake up in the morning and just see, with the birds singing, and you see that beautiful mist that's on the out in the area, because it's kind of up it's high up in the clouds, so in the mountains, so that beautiful mist that's there, and then by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it's just beautiful sunshine all over the place, and that's gonna be hot. That's gonna be hot. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. But I will talk about that if you guys want to leave a comment, want me to talk about it more, because growing your own food is just the most fantastic thing. It's just, I'm just so much enjoying it. I'm really so much enjoying it. So today we're going to talk about a few things. I'm going to talk about some uplifting things, because I see that we are doing better. So we can't always say we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. We are. It's just that, it's just the unity of us coming together collectively. Like when they had that Alabama slammer, I'm not going to forget that. That really woke up a lot of us. But I know a lot of my friends are starting businesses, people doing things, whatever skill that they have, that they're servicing, offering services for whatever skill that they have. And you need to know that whatever skill you have, some people like to clean the house. If you like cleaning the house, then that's what you could do. You can make money off of it. Instead of you working for somebody else, cleaning offices and stuff like that, you can set it up for yourself. So, because God gave everybody a skill. Everybody got something that they could do well, and you define out what that thing is. If you don't already know, then find out what that thing is, and just, you can find out what it is, and then, boo. That's why, it's good that when you have children, you nurture whatever their skills are. But my one of my daughters surprised me. She didn't have these type of skills as a child. At least I didn't see it, and I know she didn't display them. But now that girl's doing so well, but she's drawing and being creative with the work that she's doing. So, anyway, but once you become an adult, you find that thing that you're really good at, and then that's how you can set yourself up in business, and you can develop a business and be able to work for yourself instead of working for somebody else. So that's a good thing. But I think that we are doing good, and I just want to just give big ups to everybody who is starting to make changes, in their lives, starting to eat better, start making healthy choices when it comes to foods, saying no to certain things, even though that's what everybody else is doing, and stuff like that. But that's what we really have to do. It's just a choice that we have to make. It's really just that simple. It's a choice, because there are other things out here. But instead of doing what everybody else is doing, or what's popular, or what's trending, or what the conversation is, then you have to make a choice to do something different. Sometimes I find myself difficult when I'm in a crowd to have conversation. I usually would just sit there and just enjoy whatever's going on for that, in the environment. But a lot of the things that people are talking about, I have no interest in. So that makes me boring to other people, but I have a very, joyful and blissful life. But just certain things that's going on in the world, I have no interest in those things, and so I don't waste my time talking about those things. And so that's why it makes it kind of difficult for people to make the change, because you feel like, ain't nobody going to talk to me, people going to look at me differently, or, whatever it is. But, it's about doing for self, and it's about you doing, developing yourself, empowering yourself and those people around you. So sometimes you have to make that decision to not be the most popular person you can have conversations with or whatever. But, it's self-love. It's self-love. There's nothing wrong with that. We have been bombarded with so much information that's so not true about who we are and where we came from, our history, our past, our ancestors, that we really don't know who we are. But once you do have develop yourself and have knowledge of yourself, then you be that person. And it may not be who everybody else is wanting you to be, or whoever you portrayed yourself to be before. because and when I was working on myself, one of the things that people discuss with me is that you live a life according to what people are expecting from you, because that's what you portray. But then once you start changing and making different choices for yourself, and you're not that person that everybody thinks that you are, and so you become this other person. Well, you become your true, authentic self, but that's not the person that people have been knowing for years and years and years, because that's not the person you have been betraying. So it's a lot of choices that you have to make, but the choices are there for you to make. You have the freedom to make that choice. You have the freedom to decide what you want to do, what you want to wear, where you want to live, what you want to eat. All these are choices. It's not just what's offered, but sometimes you have to do a little work on your part to make sure that you have access and know where are these other things that now that you're making these different choices for yourself, you have to find out, well, where are these things offered? Or how can I get this? How can I get that? So it's a little work that you have to do. It ain't so easy. It's just, okay, you just go to the store and get it. But nowadays, if you want to do something different for yourself and make different choices, then you have to, you can't go to the regular grocery store sometimes to get the things that you like. You got to go to make a little smaller, finer store, smaller store, and then be able to, sometimes it's unfortunate, you have to pay a little extra because you have to pay extra for it to be healthy. Ain't that something? That's not the way it should be, but that's just the way it is. And that's messed up. So some people choose, oh shit, I'm going to just continue eating what I'm eating because I'm not paying extra for this. I'm not going to pay all this money for that, or. But again, it's a choice that you make. How do you value yourself? So so that's like I said, I want to just kind of just keep it on the up and up. And one thing I do want to mention is to tell people one thing that I suggest. I don't say you should, because we're free to make choices for ourselves. I suggest one thing is to change your toothpaste, because toothpaste has fluoride in it. So does our drinking water. So unless you're going to get a filter for your water and and try to take out all the chemicals that's in the water and stuff like that, which I think you should do. I suggest. But some places you go, drinking water is better than other places and so forth like that. But you can have to decide what you want to do. But definitely, when you brush your teeth every day, the fluoride is in your toothpaste. It blocks your pineal gland, which is right here, around where your third eye is, and you need to have that open so you can be able to receive and to be able to comprehend and to be able to use that. But if it's blocked up by fluoride, which is intentional, then you're going to be dumbed down. Certain things ain't going to matter to you. You're going to have an I don't care attitude or whatever. But, if you open this, you opening yourself, you're waking up to a lot of resources and vibrations and stuff that you weren't having before. So that's really one simple thing that we could do as we're working on ourselves, because sometimes it's difficult. You got to do this. You got to change your eating habits. You got to, you want to do something differently. You want to watch TV different, change your music, blah, blah, blah. But that's one thing that we should all consider doing, first of all, is just buy toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it. And all regular brands, Colgate, Crest, Ultra something, blah, 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 all that stuff has fluoride in it, intentionally. So find a toothpaste that doesn't have that, and then deodorant too. Find a deodorant, not a antiperspirant. Antiperspirants clogs your pores, gives you cancer. Excuse me. A deodorant doesn't have that. It doesn't have the things that blocks the pores. And something even greater than that, y'all. I tried this. I was like saying, how that's going to work? But lemon juice. If you spray lemon juice underneath your underarms, you will not have the smell of odor of sweating. When you underarm sweat, when you sweat, you get an odor. Everybody. But try that. I tried, and I was like saying, wow, it really does work. So a couple of squirts, I just took some lime juice and I put it in a little spray bottle, and just after I bathe, put a couple of squirts underneath there, and amazingly it works. So those are some things that's helpful to us as far as our health goes, because now our health is our wealth. Really, our health is our wealth. Money can't buy love. Money can't buy, can't get you out of being sad. I mean, unless you're really materialistic and say, okay, forget that. Because some people say, I just go when I get mad or somebody hurt my feelings, I just go shopping, and that's foolish, because you go buy shit that you really don't need. But yeah, so those are the things. Our health is our wealth, and we need to understand that. So those are a couple things. that we need to consider. The other thing that I'd like to talk about briefly here, because this could be a long conversation, but I don't want to be long, because I was long the other day, and I didn't get carried away, but I just had a lot to talk about, so on that particular subject. But when it comes to Facebook, see, we are programmed to just kind of go along with whatever is being done. We just kind of go along, and that's what they want us to do, to go along. And if they say it's so, we just believe that it's so. But we are smart enough now that, that we can't trust that what they say is so to be so. So, so all those so's. When Facebook asked you to post a picture of, your children, they asked you to post pictures of your family members, where you went for a vacation, all the children who has a son, all these different things. I'm talking about all that stuff. Now, it is convenient. And then even sometimes when they ask you to take your pictures and put all your pictures in groups, to put them in certain files, like this is your family, this is your friend, this is a vacation, this is my boyfriend, these are my children, this is my this and that. It sounds like these things are very convenient for you, that it has your information there and it's in order and so forth like that. And believe me, it will be convenient. It will be convenient for you just to push a button to go get the other ones. Sometimes you may need a picture of when somebody's birthday comes up. Let me just look and get all these pictures of my mom so I can post all these pictures of my mom and blah, blah, blah. Send out a little something, something. It is, but again, guys, I need you to put on that analytical cap to be able to think, to analyze this. How is this really good for me? Whatever somebody asks you to do, you do have to marinate on it and find and see, well, how is this good for me? Because we live in a world where people do things based on what's good for them. Whoever's offering this service or telling you this idea, they're telling you this and telling you to do these things because this is what's best for them. So then what you have to do is analyze this and see what's best for you. And I can say, I believe, and I know, but I'm just saying, I know for me that it's not good for me, because this information, they tell you that they cannot get into your information. They don't know your location and stuff like that. But we know that that's not true. You know that they are just liars. So when they're putting all this stuff together, they are actually collecting information on you. So God forbid if you did anything wrong, they're going to go on there and check your Facebook page. No, you was here on this day. Oh, no, you sent this person this message. Or no, you did this, that. So they can go on there and find out what you did. I know a gentleman who he was deported. He lived in a foreign country. He used to go to the U.S. and to go there and work to make some money to bring back to himself and for his family when he got back to a country that was really, one of what they consider third world countries where, the rate of pay is very low. And so they asked him about, was he working? And, he said, no, he hadn't been working. But he went to his phone. I don't know how the whole story went, so I don't want to say everything. I know tit for tat. But anyway, the way that they found out that he had been working, they went into his phone because and there was a conversation that he had with somebody about working. So they can go into your phone, find out everything that you're doing. And so some stuff you don't want to put on your phone. But the point that I'm trying to make is this thing about this this information that's on Facebook when they ask you to put all this stuff in categories. It's really not for your use. Ultimately, it's for their use. Because they're saying they're cloning people. Believe it or not, it's up to you. So they could just take all your information and build this person, this identity up based on all your information. But it's up to you guys. I mean, I tell you stuff, and some people may think this is the far-fetched or whatever, but I'm telling you stuff through experiences that I know. And so when they ask to show pictures of this and to put your family members on there, it's information that's really not for your benefit in the end. It's really information for them to be able to use against you should they need it. And believe me, they tell you they can get into your phone, and even when your location, when your thing on your phone, when you put your location, you say your location is off. Why is it that when you are at a place that is not usually where your home base is, that it will come up and it will start giving you information based on that particular area? So I just want you to be wise and think about everything that you do, because we're working with some people or this system that's really not in our favor. It's really about them continue to do stuff to make money off of us, to capitalize off of us as a person. It's really not for your convenience. And even, I go even further, like when it comes to your bank account, and they say, oh, here, you can pay your bills, pay your bills. So they just want to see how much money that you have and how much money that you're spending. So just say roughly if you got $1,000 in your account, okay, and they know that your bills equal $500 of that. So they know automatically that they can just know, well, okay, well, we need to make sure that this amount of money is there, because the other $500 of that $1,000 that you have, they done took that money and they borrowed it out to somebody else, and they borrowing it out with somebody, and they're making interest on it, and they're making money off of it, because you ain't no borrowing no money without you paying interest on it. So this is how the system works. I just want you to be mindful of that. So you have to really put your thinking cap on and think, because it ain't illegal yet, y'all. We have to think about everything that we're doing, everything that we're involved in, so you have to know who you're dealing with. And so how is this going to affect me? How are these things, if I give up this information? So maybe some of it you may want to do because it's convenient for you, but don't give them everything, because it's not really for your benefit. So I just want to say big up everybody who is making changes. I am starting getting more comments. That's what I really need to get, more comments and more feedback about this information that I'm sharing. And people are telling me about the things that they're doing. They're starting to eat right. They're starting to make better choices. And when they tell you on TV about this mess, about when there's a recall, do you know that they're recalling hot dogs? Because hot dogs ain't nothing but garbage anyway. And even if they make a vegetarian hot dog, it's scraps from something that they consider to be vegetarian. And that's just so much to talk about, because I'm going to go into a different subject. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to stay focused, y'all. Stay focused, Zinger. Stay focused. But anyway, there was a recall on hot dogs, and so be careful of what you're eating. And my mind is just tick, 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 and I want to say this, want to say that, but I want to stay focused. I have to keep myself focused, y'all. But I'm just saying that, so just to wrap up what I'm talking about today, I was saying big ups on everybody. I'm just so proud that a lot of people are doing positive things, that we're coming about. People are making changes. People are paying attention. But when you give up information, be mindful of what information you're giving up, and you control that information. And then think about, well, what do they need this information for? Or how are they using this information? And, when they say that they can't locate you, but they can locate you. And so be mindful of everything that you do, and just know who this devil is, actually, I want to say, because they're not your friend, and if it's, and I just want to always emphasize that, sometimes people are doing well, and they say, well, I'm making no change because I'm doing well. I make enough money to take care of me, whatever you're doing, and so on and so and so. But again, y'all, it's not about you. It's about the children, and it's about the future of us as a people, and it's about your children and your grandchildren. I have grandchildren now, so I need to think about, what I'm doing and how I can prepare, that my children are not going to be in a bad situation when it comes time for them to become adults. So you have to think. It ain't illegal yet, y'all. So I'm going to be short today. I apologize again for being late, but I was taking care of some things that I needed to take care of for me. I love you, but me comes first, and that's some things that I had to do. But I'm here on a Wednesday, and sharing the same information, bringing the love, bringing some information, something to make you think, something to help you emancipate yourself from this mental slavery, because it's a serious lockdown that we're in, y'all. And their intentions are really not good. Their intentions are not good, and we need to be mindful. So don't be thinking that everything is okay, and and they're going to help me, and and they're doing stuff that the people up in the government is making decisions so we can have a better this, better that. That's really not. It's really not. And we got to just just deal with the truth, deal with that reality. You know, they don't give you the truth, but you know, you can look and see how things are going to see what the reality is. Black people were brought here we say over 400 years ago, because we're talking about 400 years, but that's when they said we supposed to be free, but they're not. They're not. And so we know, even beyond those years of what they said they was going to do, they're still not doing it, because still in 2023, and whew, it is October, almost the end of October. This year just went by so fast. So even as of now, they could still get away with stopping us, having a confrontation, and somebody, saying, well, no, I don't want to get out the car because, my rights, and da-da-da-da, but they're going to know, I'm telling you to get out. I tell you shut up, and, all this kind of stuff. And then this stuff with this Karen bullshit, I just think that's just crazy how we accept that. We are allowing that to happen because we go along. Girl, that was this Karen said this. I don't want to use that shit about no Karen, because it's these people, there's so much I could talk about. You ain't got to have no conversation with these people, and they want to ask you this, ask you that to show you where you live. But you're in my neighborhood. I don't think you live here. That they got nothing to do with these people. So, y'all, we have to really just wake up, and really deal with the reality of where we are individually, and then as a people. Because when it comes to as a people, because that means that's how they're going to treat you, no matter who you are. Just because you live in this neighborhood and you work with these white people or work with these other people, and it's really, sometimes some shit ain't really a black and white issue, because you got poor white people too, and they treating them bad too. They treating Indian people bad. Even over in India, they got people that are my complexion, and they got brown people, and even the brown people have issues because of their complexion with their own native people. So guys, think it ain't illegal yet. Just, listen to my videos. If you have to listen to it twice to kind of get the gist of what I'm saying, because I know I don't talk the way other people talk and so forth, and I just bring shit up, and sometimes I change the subjects in the middle of it, but I'm just bringing forth wisdom and knowledge that we all need to all think about. So, think about it. What's the word? You better think about what they're trying to do to me. That's what the Aretha is saying. Think. Don't let your heart be free. Man, keep your heart close to you. Love yourself. Love up on yourself. And that's how you'll start making these better choices for yourself, because you're going to say, I love me, and I want to do better for me. I want better for me. And then don't forget, your health is your wealth. So this food situation that we're into, you got to start eating better. Start making little stuff that you can just put in your house, just little simple things that you can grow your own tomatoes, grow a few things. Or, whew, it's so much, y'all. But do your best, and God will do the rest. Do your best, and God will do the rest. I trust and believe that. So, y'all, I'm gonna sign out right here. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. Peace and love. Think it ain't illegal yet.